Alright, this is officially my episode 1 of Final Fantasy Tactics. I have to adjust my chair, this is annoying me. Yeah, Final Fantasy Tactics from the PlayStation, but this is the PSP remake. So there's a couple of changes with this edition. The translation has been completely redone. So it reads very Shakespearean. There's a couple new classes, there's a couple of side quests added, cameo characters from Evilise games. Luso of Final Fantasy Tactics A2 is in here, Balthier is in here, and I think they made Cloud from 7 a little easier to access. So I'm playing on an emulator, which, shame on me, but I promise I have it. I can even show you the UMD if I knew where my PSP was. I think it's behind my computer. One of these episodes I'll prove I own it. And I would love to just record off that, but it's not an option for me. So I'm gonna let this just go for a bit while I explain some things first, because I really wish I knew I wish I knew how long I've been recording. Oh, there it is. Okay, a minute. We're going to do a couple of changes, which I think just got blown out the back of my monitor. Oh my god, so many sticky notes. Alright, I had sticky noted some rules that I'm going to change. First and foremost is, we're not Ramza, right? Ramza is a character. He's the main character of this game, and this is his story in a way. I guess we'll get into that later. But Ramza is the character that's mostly played as, but we're not going to control him. He's going to be AI controlled every single battle. Rule 2 is we're his squires, pretty much. My friends and I'm going to recreate my friends as characters on this game. And we can use those, and I can control those. Now, however, we're stuck to a class system. I asked them what they would want to be, and they told me, and so the rules are we have to always be working towards our classes. And we can hop around jobs until we can get the prereqs for that class, but once we've hit the proper level of a class to get our ultimate one, no more hopping. So I'm going to be, I'll just explain that part later, because there's no way in hell we're going to get anywhere near everyone wanting their ultimate jobs. There's another rule that if we're knocked out at the end of a turn, at the end of a battle, that player or character is unusable for the next 4 minus n turns, where n is the amount of turns they were knocked out for. And there's a countdown above players' heads when they're knocked out, except guest characters, and they get a star, but when that countdown hits 0, they turn into a crystal, and normally that's a game over only for Ramza, but we're going to treat that as a game over because for anyone, because that's our party. We don't get anyone else. We don't get to use anyone else, just us. And so, depending on how rough this goes, I might make the rule set also that a game over counts as a run, to, that infirmary thing where a character is knocked out for 4 minus n turns. An attempt at a boss might count as a run to lower that amount so that people can recover and I can progress through the story, because I want to go through the story, but I also want to make this more challenging for myself. I've gone through this a bit. I don't know if I should mess with the lighting or not. I have a Sensi on, and then the monitor. That's my lighting right now. And it makes me look pale as heck. But I love my Sensi, and if I turn this on... Oh yeah, that's much better lighting. My god, though, you can see, like, my little crevices. No, we're gonna make myself pale. I don't care. I don't care. We've been recording for 5 minutes, and we need to get into the story. So anyway, I think that's it. No, oh, also, you know, random encounters are going to happen, but I cannot purposely fish for them. I can't hop between places and purposely try to get one. That being said, shops carry different stuff, and I'm not going to have a wiki open to see which shop sells what to reduce the amount of times I'm going to travel across the land. So if, you know, I'm like, okay, well, what's in this shop? And I happen to come across a couple, we're not going to worry about that. Just know I'm not going to purposely try to fish for random encounters by just running around on the map. Anyway, let's actually get into the story though. That was like a long intro, right? So this game is like War of the Roses, or some Duel of the Roses. I don't know. Inspired by that with a little hint of evil form Christianity type thing. Not that I'm saying Christianity is evil, but like they take a similar thing. Anyway, I am a Razlam, student of Ivalice's middle age. You are familiar with the War of the Lions, no? It was a bitter war of succession that ran to the land of Ivalice in two. Here we first find mention of Delita Hyrule, a hitherto unknown young man, the hero who would draw the curtain on this dark act of our history. His is a heroism of great renown, a story familiar to all who dwell within our land. But what the eye sees is oftentimes a mere fragment of the truth. There was another young man, the youngest of House Beowulf, long famed for producing leaders of knights and men. There is no official record of the role he played on history's stage. However, according to the Dorai papers, the existence of which became known to the public only this last year, they had long lain concealed in church archives. Wow, this person really went off on two different tangents. This forgotten young man is, in fact, the true hero. The church maintains he was a heretic, an inciter of unrest and the disturber of peace. Which account is to be believed? Join me in my search to uncover the answer. But before we begin, might I ask you to share with me your name and date of birth? We're gonna leave him as Ramza. Yeah. And I'll set my birth date, which happens to be August 19th. Leo. I have no idea what that places us for difficulty. Zodiacs play affinity charts, like, you know, it's like a rock, paper, scissors type. One's better against the other, or one attunes better with another, but I don't know them. I'm not going to study them. I really don't want to. You can, in fact, the game tells you. But I'm not gonna look it up. We're gonna just do this. Alright, enjoy the cinematics that War of the Lions introduces. I'm gonna have some coffee. Oh, I can mute myself. I'm sorry. How about that? Yeah, I'm unmuted. Well, I guess I could have looked at my mic volume thing, but I'm not going to spoil any of the stories. So as far as we know, they were just characters running on a chocobo, and we happened to see a monastery, which this looks surprisingly like. Oh, Father, deliver us from sins, or something. I actually missed reading the text, but it's equivalent to that. So, just a forewarning, this game reads difficult sometimes. The Shakespearean language can be a bit tough to trough through. I will fully admit, I don't fully understand the story. We're going to make a best attempt to try to keep track of everything, to kind of like pay attention what the hell's going on, because it gets pretty entangled with stuff, and then there's just a point where it's like, okay, I give up. I have no idea who's screwing who. But enough of that. I'm not going to spoil anything. Lady Ophelia, it is time. I'll not be much longer, Agrius. Yeah, that's how that reads. Okay. Your escort has already arrived, Majesty. I need to get a new voice for her. Please, heed the good lady's words, Highness. You must hurry. That doesn't sound like what he would sound like. Simon should not sound like that. Still in here, are you? It's been the better part of an hour. Make him sound like Sean Connery. Gafgarian, you forget yourself, sir. You are in the presence of a princess. Presence of a princess. Say that 3 times fast. Mayhap bow heads, but less offend. You would do well to waste less time on idle pleasantries. I forgot to do the voice. I see even the noble order of Northern Sky cannot rid itself of vulgar knaves. A guard captain in these rains sudden hinterlands ought not to expect chivalry. We are in employ of the order, not of it. Our pay does not cover trite courtesies to the likes of you. Govern your tongue. Sorry, I might stop voices. I'm just gonna make an attempt here. Enough. Let us be on our way. I know what she sounds like and Agria sounds like. I just can't get their voices. The Father watch over you, child. And you, Elder. Oh. Milady, the enemy is upon us. Duke Gultana's men. We are paid for this. Time to earn our keep. What is it, Ramza? That's Scottish. I don't know what that accent is. Are you above getting paid to do a job? I'm a knight no longer. Just another sellsword. Right then, to battle! I wish I knew what he sounded like. I want to know what Gafgarian sounds like. Deliver us, O Lord. Sorry, I was just checking my phone. I was talking to my brother. It is 5:30 in the morning when I started recording. This is coffee in this 32-ounce beast. Just a forewarning, there's going to be some sound issues because of the emulation, and I read that the PSP had a hardware quirk on its speakers that the audio producers of Final Fantasy Tactics accounted for when they did the sound effects and stuff, and so it sounds better on Tactics or on the PSP because it had that to play into it, but not on PC. I don't know. They bear the crest of the Black Lion. Duke Altana must be mad. Does he mean to start a war? You there, wench! You cannot hope to defeat us. You will surrender the princess. If not, well, I would hate to see anything happen to that pretty face of yours. A head-on assault. These swords of Gultana lack wits one and all. I should have put a pause there, but I didn't. Yikes. In that case, we should be able to handle this without you, Gafgarian. Mayhap you could, but there's no money to be... Mayhap you could, but there's no money to be made on that. Lad, Ramza, with me. Alright. Remember my rules. None of these characters are me. No one here is named my name or my friends' names. And so I'm not going to control anyone. In the story, everyone else but Ramza is AI controlled already. Kill them all. Leave no man standing. You would have us slaughter them? Are you mad? I just gave her that Sean Connery voice. Oops. Sorry, burp. Kill them here and you'll have played into Duke Goltana's hands. We need only to put them to rout. I find dead men rout more easily. I just messed up the voice again. Shadowblade. So that just does damage and heals. So we can set his AI, and I have a couple of options here. I am going to make him a berserker against the chemist, because chemists cause problems. And so therefore I cannot control Ramza, right? That's the rule. So in this battle, I am effectively not a player. I can set my controller down and just talk. So for those new to the strategy RPG, it plays kind of like chess, right? Characters get turns, and on their turns they can do a move and an action, or just an action, or just a move. Doing one or the other lets you act more quicker the next turn, but if you do both, you know, you might have to wait longer than everyone else. If you can see, there's a HP, MP, and CT bar down there. You know, that's health points, mana points, and then like charge time, I think it is. When it hits 100, a character can act. After they've done all their stuff, it'll drop to like, I don't know, 20 or something, I think. 2 for that one. So, you know, he has to get all the way back up to 100, and the game rapidly ticks. When there's no turns to act, the game rapidly ticks. Their CT equals their CT plus their speed, which for most people is around 5 to 8. And so, like, you know, you don't see any waiting because, you know, the game processes that super fast, but that's how it handles time. And so, yeah, it's acted on a grid system. You can move so many squares, and you can, you know, modify that with equipment. Some classes can move better than others. You know, you can go through your own units. You can't stand on the same block as other people, but you can go through your own units to get to where you need to go, but you cannot traverse past an enemy unit. And so they can impede your way, and they can like actually make it tougher to get to where you might need to go. If like they're guarding someone behind them and you need to kill that person or something, they can stand in front of you and make that more difficult. Stasis sword. That has a chance to stop. Ooh, there, you see stars bouncing over their heads? It means they cannot perma-die. They're just knocked out until they get revived by, like, rays, or... Wow, they actually killed one of the squires. Applaud. But I don't care about these squires. None of these squires are my friends. Or what is going on with my hair? Sorry. Yeah. Anyone here can get knocked out. They're not my characters. Also, on that rule set that I explained, Ramza is the story character. He has to be present in all battles. So if he's knocked out at the end of a match, at the end of a battle, even if he was down to his 1th countdown, you know, he was close to crystallizing, he gets to act in the next battle. It's just, it's for the sake of the story, because if I didn't do that, then I would have to farm up freaking battles to get him to go into, and it's just, I don't want to deal with that. There's some battles where he's forced to go into. Like, no. No, we're gonna let him have a pass on that. So it's just my 4 friends, me, Drew, Randy, and my wife, Amber. And I really need to find... Okay, it's been 21 minutes, so I think after this battle, we're gonna have to stop recording and then do a new episode. It's already 6 a.m. There we go, we won! Mm. Cutscene. Mute.
The princess.
This way. Be quick. And try making a little less noise.
I'll not take orders from you.
You've quite a mouth on you, princess. Forgive me. 'Tis your birth and faith that wrong you, not I.
Hold there!
Is it truly him?
It cannot be.
Delita, he lives? But why does he fight under the banner of Duke Goltana?
So that was a cutscene, and that character that we saw in the Chocobo ended up being Delita. And Ramza knew him. I'm going to pause because we're going to end this episode in like 2 minutes. So as far as we know, Ramza used to be a squire. Duke Altana seems to be after the princess. We don't know who that is quite yet. Delita seems to be acting for Duke Altana, and he was thought to be dead, and for some reason he kidnapped the princess, allegedly for Duke Altana. And I think that's all we really know. Ramza used to be a knight, and he's not anymore. He stopped being a knight. So anyway, we're going to end this episode with those bits in mind. I can't quite save yet because there's more to the story, the intro. We're going to cover that next episode, and I don't have a set schedule for these videos. I'd like to do it maybe once a week, every Wednesday, which this is going to be a long Let's Play if that's the case. You know, this is a long game, and once a week at 25 to 30 minute intervals, it's going to be a while, but we'll see what happens. You know, I'm in school, and I am going to go through the Kingdom Hearts Let's Play. I'm planning on continuing that tomorrow, September 27th. And then I plan on also introducing a Minecraft Let's Play very soon. I'm actually talking with a friend about setting up a server and running it, asking him if I can do a Let's Play of that. So whenever that happens, I'll have them set up, and I'd like to do certain days for certain games. But Kingdom Hearts, I still plan on doing Tuesdays and Thursdays. It's just at the moment Better Call Saul is on, and I don't have live TV, so I purchased it on Amazon, so I can watch it Tuesday morning instead of Monday night, and that's what I spend my Tuesday mornings on. So apologies. It's not that Kingdom Hearts is not important, it's just Better Call Saul is much more important to me. I love that show, and it makes my mornings feel, it gives me something to look forward to. Okay. So, and I think that ends in 2 weeks. So in October, we'll be moving back to Tuesdays, Thursdays for Kingdom Hearts or whatever game, because after I finish that, I might jump back to like Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, Mega Man Legends 2, because I promised everyone I'd do that. I still need to unlock hard mode. We might do Kingdom Hearts 2, but I really kind of want to give that a break. And then I might try The Witcher, because, I've only ever played through the intro, and I don't know much about the game, and it's a beautiful game, and it looks fun, and it's just, I haven't, because I'm in college, I actually don't think I want to do that. It looks like a game that requires a chunk of time dedicated towards it, and I just don't have that chunk of time. But it does do a recap thing every time I reload the save. We'll figure it out anyway. I'm going to end this episode. I went off on a tangent. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next Wednesday.